Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to announce to all of you that it's going to be a long season between Glory Elijah and the Fanatics. And I'll tell you why. Yeah. Because thankfully, we just had the first diary session of the season that allowed us to get into the minds of these housemates. Yeah. And it was quite interesting. Some of the housemates gave us, some level of entertainment during their diary session. For some, it was quite emotional. However, there were others that that was just quite ridiculous. Yeah, that was just very ridiculous. And that is the issue on ground currently between some of these fanatics and myself. I'm going to tell you guys all about it. But one thing I know for sure, yeah, and I am announcing to all of you now is it's going to be a very long season between myself and these fanatics. Because I think people need to understand that as much as this is a reality TV show, as much as it's also a competition and games need to be played, there's a thin line between housemates being very strategic and plain irritating. Yeah, there's a thin line. There's only so much a housemate can do to create entertainment. There's only so much a housemate can do, to make the viewers love them. But when that housemate begins to cross the line of sanity into ridiculousness, I mean the extremity of ridiculousness, ladies and gentlemen, it has to be called out. And one of such potential ridiculousness was exposed, or should I say revealed today, and trust the fanatics to come out with guns blazing, defending and defending and defending. But regardless, ladies and gentlemen, we will talk about it. All right, we will talk about it. So we're going to get into this video right now. I will share with you a summary of what the diary session was all about. And then we're going to give more emphasis to those diary sessions that had more depth, more content, more information to work with. All right. But before we get into all of that, hi, you're especially welcome to my channel. My name is Glory Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Glory Elijah, and I am the girl with the T. For those of you that are new here, you are especially welcome. But if you're yet to subscribe, please do not forget to do just that. Please subscribe, turn on your post notification bell to always receive lots of my videos whenever I upload a new one. And for those of you that are returning viewers, returning subscribers, you especially welcome. Yes. Yeah, all of that said, let's just quickly dive right into it. Typical of the first diary sessions of the season, I'm sure we're already familiar with the type of questions that Biggie normally asks the housemate. Yes, of course, the questions usually range from how they are feeling, about making it into his house and being a part of the season. There's also the question of the nominations, the first nomination of the season that happened just last night. There's other questions about their perception about their fellow housemate, although this was not necessarily a direct question, but it came in form of asking the housemates how they felt, with that responsibility to play the deciding game, which entailed them to decide which of the six extra housemates, like 4 out of the 6 extra housemates that deserved to play the game alongside them this season. So basically, those were the questions that people had actually asked them. And there was also the question about which of the 6 nominated housemates, they found quite shocking, that was a part of a nominated housemate for possible eviction this week. Yes. And from the majority of the answers, think about 8 of them were quite shocked that Mandy Hagan, was also nominated. According to them, they think she's got a bubbly personality. They think she's very vibrant, she's fun, she's friendly, she's engaging. And so the fact that she got nominated was quite shocking for them. Yes. And guys, listening to their responses, I could totally understand where they were coming from. But at the same time, it also shed more light on the diversity of the mindset of these housemates. They are 24 in number. Very obvious that they all have different ideologies, idiosyncrasies. So what some people like, others might not necessarily like. And that was the case for the nomination session last night. Yes, there were those people who felt like some of their colleagues were not interacting enough, whilst there were others who felt like some people were trying to impose their presence or authority on the rest of them. Away from that, let's focus on some of the diary sessions that were quite entertaining and, of course, gave us a lot of content to work with, as well as a lot of things to, talk about. I mean, these diary sessions were quite hilarious. Some of them were quite deeper, and overly emotional. But we're going to begin with Kayb's diary session. Ladies and gentlemen, Kayb is already in love, as she puts it. She is head over heels in love with Savage. She came into the diary session singing Big Brother's praises and thanking her stars that Big Brother had actually listened to her prayers and her demand with regards to her specifications for the kind of guy that she is attracted to. According to her, she had actually begged Big Brother for a guy that is muscular, that is physically appealing, that's got six packs, that's got a handsome face, that is bulky. In fact, she completely described Savage. And, for her, Big Brother just dumped him into her hands. And she is head over heels in love with this guy. So according to her, she is trying to mark her territory around this guy and is about to put him on a 90 days probation. 90 days, which made me laugh because, ladies and gentlemen, we know that the season has got only 70 to 71 days. So where's she going to get the remaining days from? But anyways, according to her, she likes this guy. She's so into this guy. But then there's a problem. And the problem is that he is hungry for her. Hungry. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we're adults here. So I am trying to interpret what that means to mean that he wants to get intimate with her already. And for her, it's too early. It's too early. She's trying to put him through that 90 days test. She's trying to study him. But then there's also the problem of if she doesn't give him what he wants, he might not be completely into her. He might begin to look the direction of other females in the house. It might become a 50-50 thing, So currently she is marking a territory around this guy. If she sees any female around him, she's going to impose her authority, her presence and whatnot. And ladies and gentlemen, listen, I found that incredibly hilarious because today's Tuesday. This is only this day 3. Let's just call it day 3. It's not fully day 3, but let's just call it day 3. And this girl already, she is trying to spearhead this by fire by force ship. I find it very funny. And also looking at the fact that the Savage in question, this guy came into the house with a plan. On the stage on the day of the launch show, he had announced to us that his strategy is to confuse people. His strategy is to play mind games, especially, moving around the females in the house, getting all of them to like him, and then he's going to confuse all of them. That is his strategy. And then there is Kayb, who's got her claws, like literally and otherwise. She's got her claws sinking into this guy. And mind you, before our diary session even, Savage was trying to take a nap, and this girl literally threw herself on top of him on that bed. And she was literally disturbing this guy. Big Brother had to call her for a diary session. And she was complaining, speaking whatever vernacular she was speaking. And it was very obvious that she was complaining that, Big Brother, you just spoiled the moment. Big Brother, Big Brother. It was so funny. But this girl is not joking. She's serious when she says that she's marking a territory around this guy. But then there's a question of, are their interests going to align? Because obviously, Savage is on his own mission in this house. He did not come into this house to come and play this game for or with Kayb. But then, for Kayb, Savage is her game, whether she's serious or not. But ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm finding it quite interesting because I would love to see how she navigates her way around this little plan of hers, because that Savage guy I am seeing, that guy is not stopping anytime soon. Already, he is flirting with Pilile. So I am very sure that sooner or later is going to move to other females in the house. But I would love to hear your thoughts about this one. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think Kayb is going to succeed or not? Anyways, moving on. Away from Kayb, Sipali's diary session was quite emotional. I mean, this young man broke down. He was literally shedding tears. He was shedding tears. Now, at first, I felt like he was sort of inheriting a grievance that was not meant for him. But then by the time he was done explaining himself, I got clarity. So Biggie had asked him the question of nomination, you know, the 2 housemates he nominated and why. And he had mentioned Mandy Hagan. You know, his own explanation was like he felt like she wasn't really contributing enough to the house, or she did not come to the house to offer anything. I don't understand what that meant. And then he had mentioned that he nominated Kayb. And the reason he had nominated her was because he did not like the way she had actually addressed or treated Nsuku. He felt like Kayb bullied Nsuku on Sunday night. Yes, that whole fight situation that happened, you know, it was very obvious that Kayb was the one that was at fault. She was the one that was making a lot of noise, disturbing the peace of the house, disturbing Nsuku. Nsuku had only reacted by giving her the middle finger twice, which was not nice. But then the way Kayb had charged like an angry bull, you know, at Nsuku, saying all manner of things, and even telling her to be grateful that she is responsible for the fact that she is in the house. And she felt like, or he felt like, that was the height of bullying. And it was at that point in time that he started shedding tears. You know, for him, it reminded him of a time in his life when he had been bullied. So that really cut deeper than expected. And this guy, you know, he kept on repeating himself. He kept on repeating what he was saying. And I'm like, oh my God, he has not gotten over this trauma. You know, this is really deep. And there was something he said that made a lot of sense. He said he felt like the way Kayb reacted to Nsuku, it might end up shrinking Nsuku and not allowing her to show her full potential. That fire he saw, you know, or rather that Nsuku carried from the night of the launch show, that his fear is that she does not lose it. And that made a lot of sense. That made a lot of sense. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. I have a weird feeling that this might also affect Sipali's relationship with Kayb in the long run, because he also mentioned that if given the opportunity, he will nominate Kayb again and again and again just for bullying Sipali, rather bullying Nsuku. And he was quite shocked that Nsuku was up for nomination, because for him, he wondered if the whole house really saw what happened that night, that why would they nominate, why would they put up somebody for possible eviction, somebody that was the victim of a bullying situation, you know? So I totally understood where he was coming from, ladies and gentlemen, but then I wish this guy would understand that at the end of the day, this is a game. He should expect the worst sort of behavior from the people around him. Yes, bullying is such a traumatic experience for anybody that has gone through that phase, but he also needs to understand that a lot of that is going to happen this season. So the question is, how is he going to deal with all of that energy when it's channeled in his direction? Guys, let me know what you think about that situation in the comment section below. Moving on to Ashley's diary session. In her response to Big Brother, with regards to the question of the people she had nominated and the reason for choosing them as a nomination choices, she had mentioned Savage because it sort of irritated her. According to her, Savage behaves like a lady giant. Yes, from what she had described, that the guy acts like he doesn't have a mind of his own, like he's just following Kayb's lead. You know, obviously she has an issue with their relationship that they are growing. And then she had also mentioned Kayb, that she nominated Kayb because Kayb is too loud and just makes noise for no reason. Now, she had gone ahead to explain how she had felt about also getting nominated. You know, she said she tends to be a sore loser, you know, so she had been quite upset about it, you know, almost couldn't get over it. But then she had told herself that if she survives this Sunday, she's going to play pranks on the housemate. And one of such pranks is that she's going to take a dump in a bag. Listen, she's going to take a dump in a bag. Let me put it clear. She's going to shit in a bag. Yeah. And then she's going to tie it up, put it in the freezer or the fridge so that it will marinate there. And then she will not remove it until it begins to smell all over the place. And then when people find it, she's going to heavily deny that she did it, that she's going to deny it. You know, people, of course, are going to ask questions. Oh, who did this? Who did this? That she's going to act like she doesn't know who did it. Now, for her, that is a prank that she's considering pulling off. And she wants to bring BK into the picture of that plan. She wants BK to do it alongside her. She doesn't want to do it alone. Now, according to her, the plan will be more fun if, you know, she's got someone that's going to take a shit with her as well. So she was talking about that. I think there was also something else that she mentioned about peeing in the jacuzzi or something like that. And ladies and gentlemen, when she was saying all what she was saying, I was eating at the time. I was so irritated. I almost gagged. I almost threw up. I found it so disgusting. I found it so irritating that she would even think of, I mean, the peeing in the jacuzzi part, that one, well, it's imaginable. But the taking a dump, putting it in the freezer where they store their food supplies, like most of their food supplies, and that is something she is considering to be a prank. I mean, guys, good Lord have mercy. I mean, guys, frankly speaking, as much as I love crazy players, as much as I love strategic players, as much as I love housemates that are ready to go all out, you know, to give us entertainment, to give us drama, to give us content, this is one type of content that I find very disgusting. And if any housemate does it, I'm canceling that housemate personally. It's not like I'm going to come on my channel to come and cancel the housemate. No, but for me, it's only going to show that this person is a very disgusting person. Now, Ashley might not do it, all right? But for the fact that she's thinking about pulling it off as a prank, ladies and gentlemen, it is so disgusting to even think of such a thing. It's so disgusting to put shit in the fridge for it to marinate. Like, how? No. See, yeah, this is now a bone of contention between me and Ashley's fans, because obviously she's got a fan base already. She's got fans, and her fans, they are heavily defending her. They are saying that, oh, she's crazy. They love the fact that she wants to do what she wants to do. Oh, it's a game after all. I understand. It's a game. I get it. But then this is absolute ridiculousness. This is absolute madness to want to do that. And probably if she even goes ahead to do that, it's ridiculous. You know why? Because it is not a smart way to play a game like Big Brother. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. It is not a smart way to play a game. Do whatever you want to do, but anything that harms the health of people, I am against it 100%. Do you know what that would do? You shit and you put it inside the fridge where all the food that they will prepare is in. It's going to pollute that fridge. It's going to pollute the food. It's going to be a pandemic, guys. Oh my goodness. That is unhygienic. It is only a dirty person that would even pull off such a stunt. It is disgusting. Call a spade, game or not. In this Big Brother world, I have seen individuals that have played this game in very, very intelligent and smart ways, and we still celebrate them. I mean, look at the likes of Papa Ghost, Lerato, the way people have played their game. They've played fantastic games, and we have applauded them time and time again. So why would somebody want to shit and put in a freezer, and then people are applauding the person that said, oh my God, that person is a gamer. Is a gamer how? I don't understand. Yes, the theme of the season is Umlilo. Yes, fire. Yes, fire, whatever. But even though the theme of the season is fire, does that mean that one individual will now decide that, okay, to bring heat to Big Brother's house, we're going to pour gas everywhere, then we're going to light up Big Brother's mansion and burn it down? When we say burn down the house, we're not talking about like a physical way of lighting match and putting fire in the actual house. No. When we say burn down the house, when we say cause fire in the house, it is just a figurative way, or a metaphorical way of saying, oh, do something crazy, but not to the extent of that. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this is my personal opinion. Frankly speaking, this is my personal opinion. Ashley's fans, they are on a rampage. They are defending. And this is my message to all of them. Please stay clear of Glory Elijah this season. That energy, don't bring it here. Do not bring it here. All right? If a housemate is going to play the game, let them play the game. Play the game as they deem fit. But you see, polluting food, nah, that is a no-no. It is disgusting, and that is what it was. Now, I'm not sure if that thing she's planning on doing is against the rules of the house or if it's accepted. I don't know. But Big Brother reminded her, Big Brother's house, Big Brother's rules. So ladies and gentlemen, let's wait and see if Ashley is going to go ahead with this crazy prank of hers, and let's wait and see if there's going to be a repercussion. I'm going to stop talking here right now. Thanks for watching and have an amazing day. Bye.